Welcome to Candy Wrapper 10. Again, a program with backbone, based on my opinion only. Like I said before, not the Wilmer 10, Move Wilmer Forward Group, Vision 2040. This is my opinion. Being I've lived in Wilmer 63 years, I feel I have the right to say things, like it or not. But first of all, I'd like to thank everybody out there for making this the most watched program on Rack 8. And I do appreciate it. Thanks for all the good comments. And the other comments, well, you have your right to speak up to, so there isn't too many of them, but thanks anyway. Okay, first of all, again, I mentioned a while back that I redid the Pledge of Allegiance to my liking. I had to update it, so I'm going to read it. I pledge allegiance to the one and only flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, yes, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all who are here legally. Now, that's my version of the Pledge of Allegiance. Just a little tidbit for you here. It's kind of neat information somebody sent me online. Just kind of off track here, but it's kind of neat. It says, never sign the back of your credit cards. Instead, put photo ID required. Now, that's a pretty good one. Never thought of that. So you might want to do that next time. Put your work phone number on your checks instead of your home phone. That's pretty cool. You know, some of this stuff that's out there is really good advice. That's from an attorney. And there's a little bit more, but I think those two are pretty cool. Help protect you a little bit. Let's see here. Let's go with this one. I like to switch around once in a while. I Googled Wilmer, and Wikipedia brings this up. Of course, a lot of people don't like Wikipedia because you can put anything, and I think Ann Polta, her name's on here, so I think she's probably been giving Wikipedia some information on this. It said, years ago, many of the population of Wilmer were Swedish and Norwegian origins, hence a predominance today of residents of Scandinavian heritage. Well, probably not so much today, but when I grew up, it definitely was. Sundberg still talked Norwegian up there. We had all these little towns that kept their native language. It was pretty neat. Not so much anymore. You know what we hear here? A little different. Wilmer was the site of the Great Wilmer, Minnesota Raid, famous bank robbery by a Machine Gun Kelly gang. On July 15th, 1930. My dad used to tell me about it. Took me up and showed me some bullet holes up in a building up here on the corner. That's pretty cool. Said it was incorporated as a village in 1874 and a city in 1901. There's one thing here that, towards the back, there's notable people on here. Brad Joseph, composer, recording artist, who played with Yanni on 6 tours. I think that's pretty cool because I used to play in a band. George Pinky Nelson, astronaut, went to school with him, graduated my sister in 1968. Kenneth Olson, this one touches my heart. I wasn't in the military, but he received the Medal of Honor while in Vietnam. I think that is really cool that we have a Medal of Honor, and we should make sure that he gets noted all the time. Maybe we do, I just never notice it, but I think that's really neat. Marion Ross, who lived there for a while, Everybody knew her as Mrs. Cunningham on Happy Days. And of course, Earl B. Olson. This one kind of bothers me. I think we need to take this one off. Buck Rock and Roll Zumhofe. Convicted child molester. Hey, that is not a good thing to have on there for Wilmer. In the records, and not even in the records, but this one's dated March 23rd. Wilmer man faces criminal sexual conduct charges for allegedly sexually assaulting a young girl, and a Spicer man, this one's 27, this one's 29, for allegedly molesting a 9-year-old girl. I don't know, for some reason we seem to have a lot of predators in this area. I don't want Wilmer to be known as a safe haven or a choice picking ground for these kind of people. It bothers me, and I can't believe that our mayor and other people don't speak out on this. Just like domestic assault. Domestic violence needs to be curbed in this town. There's way too much of it. I speak about it damn near on every program. Let's do something about it, people. Here's a good one. I know, again, people don't like me reading the records, but it's true. This is what's happening in our town here. This one's kind of funny. A dispute over a parking ended with a man reportedly becoming disorderly and throwing merchandise around a business. Man reportedly parked in a no parking zone outside a business. When he was told he could not park there, he reportedly became enraged, throwing coins at a store employee and pushing over a rack of sunglasses. Now, again, if it's the demographics of Wilmer, we have a problem here, people. We can't keep shoving this under the rug all the time. Let's address this. Why do we have these problems in our town? Well, I know, but a lot of you don't want to admit it. And because of the demographics, a lot of people in this town make money off it. So they support it. Oh, they probably bitch on the backside of it. Doesn't pull out in front of me. Oh, they don't know how to drive. They shouldn't be here. But on the other side, as long as put money in their billfold or their purse, they're happy. Oh man, yeah, here's another domestic assault. Like I say, that bothers me. Here's one. There's a guy out there that likes to write on Facebook. I'm not going to mention his name, but he's always saying that I'm meeting with all these people. I'm going to call you out right now. Show me the pictures of them meetings besides the one at St. Mary's for the driver's license support. That meeting. I was over there on my own. Yeah, I sat with some people. Mayor Yanish, his wife, a couple other people. Didn't really know him. Frank said I could sit there. Not a problem. When I left, Ron Christensen was in the back. I said hi to Ron. He is my lifetime friend. Do we always agree? No. That's what I'm going to get to here in a second. But I said, oh, it's nice that Mayor Calvin acknowledged you for being here. I was on my way out early because I had to go to Appleton to a buddy of mine's birthday. On the way out, Jim Dockin was standing by the door. I stopped, said, hi, Jim, how's it going? Now, if that constitutes a meeting, well, show me these pictures. And then show me these pictures afterwards of all these meetings I'm supposedly being involved with. You know, I told you on the last one, I have other things better to do. I'm a hot rod guy. I have a project, 36 Nash, Pro Street car. I work on it all the time. I clean my yard. I'm doing lawn work. I do housework. I'm a single guy. I got better things to do all the time than to do what you say I'm doing. Am I involved in some of this stuff? Yeah, because, again, over 6 years ago, I ran for council and I ran for mayor last year. So why shouldn't I be? I have the right to do it if I want. But there are no secret meetings, as this malignant mind out there keeps saying. Prove it. Show me the pictures. And if you're telling me taking pictures of me, well, be careful. But there's more than one malignant mind out there that likes to write on Facebook, and we'll get to that a little bit here. Okay, I called Ron the other day. And this is the only reason I called them. I see it says, Council okays price quote for new airport entrance sign. Now, why do we need a new sign out there? Ron's name was mentioned on here. So I said, I'm going to call him. It says the committee's recommendation was reported by committee chairman Ron Christensen. I called him. I said, Ron, what's the deal here? $15,417 for a sign. Okay, now they budgeted about $30,000. Oh, we came in half price, so that's a good deal. Let's put it up. Hey, BS. We can't get the auditorium open, but we're going to put a $15,000 sign out in the boonies for our airport. Everybody knows where it is. There's a sign there big enough. Why do we always have to have this fancy stuff? That sign is functional. It works. And it's worked for how long? Has there been a lot of people that never found the airport? I kind of doubt it. But again, people, this spending. So I called Ron and we had a little, I just told him. We didn't have a disagreement. I just told him I thought it was BS. Hey, secret meeting, though, on the phone. That's how Wilmer works. What can you say? Anyway, here's another one. Minnesota House passes minimum wage curbs. Excuse me, like I say, it's breezy right here. I don't like this one. I know people that work very hard for their money. Now, to drop their wage because they're making over $4 an hour in tips, that's not correct. That's total BS. That should be a bonus for them working there. There are days they don't make much. I'm just not for this. Of course, this is a great bill, says Dave Baker. Of course, why wouldn't he? But I am so totally against it. I've seen my daughter work at places where if she got $100 in tips on credit cards, boy, I'll tell you, she didn't make much out of that. She made $25 on credit cards, she didn't make much. Cash, some of the places you have to put it in a kitty and then they pool it at the end of the night, they divide it up and they give it around to everybody. That's not fair. These people work hard for their money. But again, that's my opinion. Seems like Dave Baker's got his nose into everything, and who's standing next to him usually? Marv Kelvin, the glory hound. I can't believe all this stuff going on here. Avian flu strikes Stearns County turkey flock. Now, this is a third one to become infected. 39,000. So its confirmation only came one day after agencies reported the infection of a 66,000 bird flock in Lac-Parle County. People, this is spreading fairly quick now. They say they will not get into our food chain, well, food source, whatever you want to say it. How do we know? I'm not eating any turkey. Sorry, it's just the way it is. Wilmer officials show their support of driver's license access for undocumented immigrants. Now, this one, people, bothers me. Let's be a U.S. citizen. Let's do it legally. To come here and to keep hiding, that's your problem. We have rules and laws in this country. I am old school. The way I was brought up is totally different than the way a lot of you people look at it today. But I am not in favor of granting access to illegal or undocumented people. I see no benefit in it. Again, where does this stop? And here's Jim Felt's picture at the meeting in St. Paul at the House of Representatives on Wednesday. And of course, Kelvin was up there again. If this is only a vote getter, people, Kelvin, shame on you. There's a right and a wrong. You're supposed to be a U.S. citizen. I do not understand this. Totally against it. Okay, let's move on to the school a little bit here. Jerry Kierkegaard says that they want to undertake a building program because crowded buildings, aging buildings, and lack of gym space. That's our reasons. Lack of gym space? Actually, how many kids take gym anymore? You know? That was required when I went to school. I don't care if it was in grade school. We always had Phi Ed. When I got into junior high, we had gym class, physical education. Senior high, all the time. Half the kids, if they went out there and ran, they'd probably tip over of a heart attack. They're so out of shape, and they've just seemed to drop it. You know, this gym space I don't get. Give us a winning team. Here's the Vikings. When's the last time they had a winning season? $1 million stadium. Come on. Give us something to strive for here. It isn't education. It isn't money that makes education. It's the people that teach it. 52.6 million approximately? No, something's wrong here. When I was on the pipe crew, when I was pipe fitting, and we didn't have enough equipment because we had quite a bit of crews to divide up all our equipment, I told everybody, look around, see what we have that we can make do with to get this job done. There's always another use for a product out there, and we did. There was never a time that we didn't get our project done. Never. Because everybody opened their minds and went a little bit farther outside the scope of their employment, and we got her done. That's what needs to be done at the school. We have the facilities here, people. Now let's use them correctly. Let's quit spending for all these HR people. And how many people out there, how many Somalis know the Wilmer School song? Do they sing it anymore? I can sing it right off without looking at that. We're here to cheer for Wilmer High. Her loyal sons are we. I can go on with it. How many of those know? The victory chant. I mean, do they even do that anymore? But how many of them Somalis can... we were proud to go to school. You know, we had fun going to school. But for some reason, all they talk about is new, new, new. Let's get our money's worth out of the people that are working out there. Kierkegaard, he doesn't care. He's gone. So, hey. This is my class scheduling from 10th grade. I found a copy of it. Gym class. Mr. Lucas in the West Gym. Study hall, drawing, gym, English, history, algebra, biology. Oh, it's fun times. We're all pretty much in shape, but not so much anymore. But again, people, new isn't going to create or take care of the problem we have here. New is only going to patronize the people that really want this thing. And we have people writing from Spicer. Hey, if your kids go to school here, you have the right to write. If you don't, give it a rest. You got New London Spicer. Hey, they even score better than we do. So I don't know why you're talking about Wilmer. Not going to get into this too much. It says, students thrive in after-school program. Parents feel the kids are doing better academically and socially. Well, some parents probably do. There's a lot of parents that don't. Again, I'm not going to get into this too much. Budget cuts, definitely needed budget cuts. There's way too much money being spent out there foolishly. But that's a Wilmer mode. That's how they're always, hey, they don't care. I don't hear them getting too many consultants like Wilmer officials do, but they probably do behind the scenes. Okay, let's get on this little the Tribune today. I think was the first day that I haven't seen an online poll about the city administrator business. Excuse me. But that's good, finally. But people, I talked to a gal yesterday, a neighbor of mine, walking down the street, pulled over to say hi, and I didn't start talking about this, she did, about the city council and questions. She thought that the city of Wilmer voted in Charlene, our city administrator. That's how out of touch their people are in this town. They don't fully understand how the system works. And data privacy, people, look it up. Look it up. You're saying, oh, these 5 can't talk. It isn't just these 5. The other 3 knew the same thing. Don't tell me they didn't. They all got it at the same time. If they're told that they cannot talk by an attorney, they cannot talk by attorney. Have you heard Kelvin say anything, or Charlene? Come on, people. Get over it. It is what it is. They did their job. It's done with. Let's move on. But like I said, you got Buck Rock and Roll Zumhoff's name on the Wikipedia Wilmer's definition. And we have all these other predators in this town doing stuff, but you're going to go after these Wilmer 5, you call them. I call them the Fab 5. I support the whole council. That's even with Anderson and Audrey in there. But they're part of the council. I support the whole council. I don't support what they're saying, but I support the council. Again, this needs to stop. And quit bashing Ron, for God's sake, you people. You go on his Facebook page and you steal pictures off there and you slander him. I've never mentioned anybody's name that writes on Facebook, but they bang me all the time for saying I said this and I said that. So immature. Again, malignant minds out there. And this misuse of Robert's rules, I don't think we use Robert's rules. And you didn't quote any of the rules, which number, which line, whatever. You don't have your facts straight either. You shouldn't be talking. Sorry, my opinion. Like I say, you don't like it, boom. End of story. But again, here's one of their online polls. And Charlene's statement that she released, I just want to say one sentence in here. I respect the council's right to make that decision. People, she respects it, you respect it. God, get over it. Whew. Got all kinds of stuff here. Editorial from the paper. Now that's another one. Wilmer's waiting for answers. Yeah, just keep pushing it, paper. Keep pushing it. You'll never let this pass, will you? You guys in your editorials. You know, if somebody doesn't get hurt over all this stuff, one way or another, it's going to be really interesting. Oh, here. Here are some of the top visions identified at that little town hall meeting. Leadership and development and change, including well-functioning diversity and training. And training, who do we have to train? These guys, you vote them in, it's their part-time job. We want to train them for who? Like a Wilmer 10 or Move Wilmer 4 group? Yeah, I don't think so. Economic development, everybody hopes about that, but it ain't going to happen with the demographics we have here, people. It doesn't work. Healthcare system, same thing. Demographics we have here can't support the health system. It drains it. Now here's a good one. Improve downtown area. Improve opportunity and image. Well, you walk down the streets here and see all the sheets in the windows and stuff, and you talk about the image, and to you people that are up here making money off of the Somalis and the Hispanics that need a place to live, nothing against them. But shame on you. Keep these places looking nice. I hear it all the time. Have you been downtown Wilmer? Have you seen all that stuff in the windows? There's papers in the windows and hey, Wilmer is never going to thrive. That's all it's to it. Nice try. Hey, have at it. If you're doing it on your dime, fine. If you're not, well, you know what I think about that. Okay, here's one. You people that write letters to the editor. Did the voters make a mistake? Lynn, shame on you. It was your cousin who was posing as that military guy. Shame on you. You can bash these guys. I never hear you said anything about your cousin doing that. That's terrible. And you're a classmate of mine. Maybe it's like I said about Wayne Nelson. Maybe when I knew you before compared to now, it's totally different. Hypocritical. This guy, Mickelson, don't rush to judgment. Spot on. Lack of transparency. No. There's no lack there. Maybe on the mayor's side, maybe on Charlene's side there was. But again, and who's next at the stake in Wilmer? Yeah, that one. Darlene Martinson Ross from Benson. On the left article on the latest actions of the Wilmer City Council, on the right article, growing need for mental health facilities in our area. I will keep reading to see which candidates the Tribune endorses next and which ones will be burned at the stake. Bingo, right on the money. Well, I'm running out of time already. Linda Ketcher, I'm proud of the Wilmer 5. But people, there's another one, attorney out there that writes and speaks. He forgets about his past about 7 years ago. Hey, it's a shame. You people are so hypocritical. Hope you all went to church, and I hope you got your redemption you need, because boy, there's a lot of you that need it. Maybe I'm going to have to start going for you, but man, I'd have to bring a sleeping bag because I'm going to be there a long time to take care of the issues you guys got. That's my opinion. Again, don't like it? Boom, done. Hey. Oh, before I forget, this will be the last candy wrapper. I was going to say that at the beginning of the show, I forgot. But there's some stuff here I'm going to get in the next one I don't have time for. But people, support the people you vote in. Don't be such sore losers. And get the information out there. We'll probably never find out because of the data privacy. You know, get a grip on it. Wilmer used to be a good town. Let's try to keep it that way. I mean, it's never going to be what it once was. But we sure as hell can make it better than what it is right now. But it takes everybody, not white on white, not Christian versus Catholic or however you want to say it. But people, again, let's deal with reality and the facts, and that's it. Let's not be twisting everything around. So, until Candy Wrapper 11, I appreciate your time. Again, I appreciate everybody that watches this, liking it or not. You've made this the #1 program on Rack ever, and I appreciate it. You've crashed their on-demand site a couple of times, and hey, hopefully again you can find a reason to smile and let's take care of some of this kind of pedophile issues we have in this area. It doesn't look good for our big regional center. So again, until the next time, I really appreciate it. Thank you. See ya.